I found quite possibly the greatest YouTube channel ever this week. I've always thought that watching painting programs was almost as bad as watching paint dry. But seeing John Kildruff on video has so changed my opinion that I don't think I will ever be bored again.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Let's Paint, Let's Cook, and Let's Exercise TV. That's right. Well, first let's just kind of ignite the canvas a little bit, all right? So get a little feel, all right? So I don't even know what I'm gonna paint tonight, you know?
But John is no mere entertainer. He's a professional artist who's exhibited his works all across America. And he also gives very solid relationship advice to callers phoning in.
My girlfriend cheated on me, what do I do?
Okay, I suggest exercise.
And she's bad on her.
Take a painting class, take a cooking class, do it all at once, and you're gonna open up those endorphins in your brain.
I'll talk her, I agree with you, I love you.
All right.
Unfortunately, not everyone appreciates his multitasking.
Hello? Hi.
Hi, yeah, my name is John. I just want to know, like, what the fuck are you doing?
So is your message that if you multitask and it's okay to fail, then that is in some ways better than focusing on one task and doing it really well?
Exactly, because when you're on, let's say, when I'm cooking and I'm running on the treadmill, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about that painting.
Do you reckon it's a slippery slope from what you're doing to something like, you know, exercise, sex and robbing? Or, I mean, like... So
yeah, I mean, you could throw in the sex element, you know, I could, but my whole thing about painting and my love for painting is set me up in front of anything and I'll paint it, you know, because of the excitement I have for painting. So you open up the drapes and you put anything in front of me, I will paint it.
John thinks that his multitasking can help get rid of some of the world's problems. But I've got a couple of DVDs on me, and maybe your multitasking can help me get rid of some of those. Send me a photo of you or a friend doing 2 or more things at once, and if I judge it to be within the top 5, I'll send you one of these Garth Marenghi DVDs, just released in the shop last week. As an example, and to help you along your way, I'm going to be presenting the rest of the show whilst painting the clown red. Since we mentioned it a few weeks ago, everyone has been banging on about Webb Cameron, Conservative Party leader David Cameron's video blog. Now, I'm not saying we were the first to report on it, I'm merely saying we were one of the first, so please don't send me any emails slagging me off, all right? Now, it's my opinion that anyone who's putting together a video blog every day clearly isn't making the most of their time. So last week, I met up with David Cameron MP and gave him a little bit of a helping hand. Hi, welcome back to Blind Dave. Now, if you remember, last week we gave David Cameron MP a choice of 3 hot Daves for this Saturday night. There's Dave from London.
Hi.
Dave from Notting Hill in London.
This is the real thing.
And Dave from India. Well, I took David Cameron for a little spin, and of course, he went for Dave from India. I followed him on his journey over to Delhi for one night and a Dave. Here David Cameron is at the airport.
I'm in Heathrow Airport, on my way to a visit to India.
And here he is arriving into Delhi to a warm welcome. Meanwhile, here's his lucky date, Dave from India, sending David Cameron directions to his BlackBerry. So David Cameron hopped on a tuk-tuk and left for the date, promising he'd tell me all afterwards. So David, what did you do with Dave on the date?
I saw him at his house where we had lunch.
The lunch sounds great, but I asked him a bit later, you know, what they talked about.
One of the things we talked about at lunch was the whole issue of the environment and climate change.
Well, not the sexiest of topics, but let's find out how it went for Dave. Dave, what do you think of David Cameron?
Well, I feel a bit sorry for him in a way.
Why? I mean, what was the date like?
It was an absolute killer. It was an absolute killer.
It can't have been all that bad, can it?
You know, the guy's got a sense of humour. At least you feel that there's a bit of badinage.
So, the conclusion?
Stay in the dark or reach for the light.
Right, What does that mean?
It's memorable, and it's true.
Right. Well, we're back in England now. We've heard what Dave thought about the date, but let's find out what David Cameron MP thought. So David, tell us where we are now.
Well, I'm back at my desk in Westminster after what was an absolutely brilliant visit to India.
Did he comment much on your looks, you know, your appearance?
Even the one about my hair. But it was great. I was really surprised by how many comments there were and how widely they ranged.
Wow. So David Cameron MP, would you like to see Dave again?
I think we're going to try and do a bit more of this in the future. I can't promise all the time, but watch this space for something very exciting.
What David Cameron didn't know is that Dave had no feelings for him. I went to tell David Cameron the bad news.
So, tell us what you think.
Okay, so a lot of people have been asking
Why you're being such a dick and can't understand why Dave doesn't love you!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But David Cameron is not a man to give up. Least of all, give up on Dave. And so yesterday, he delivered this speech entitled, "The Future of Me and Dave." Here's the speech in full.
I believe that we need a new direction. Thank you very much.
Well, that's the end of the show. Now, if you'd like to go to the pub with me, just send me an email because I've got some time free at the moment. Also, remember your multitasking photos, email them to me with the chance to win a Garth Marenghi DVD, or just come to the pub with me and I might just give you one of them free. Anyway.